Hey biz, it's me Zion. Today we're back with another video. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you're returning, welcome back. So as you guys seen by the title, today we're going to be doing like a little talking video about why black girls need to go to therapy. I know, before y'all say it, I know. I grew up in the same household. We all grew up the same. I don't know how, but we did. So if this sounds familiar, just know I know, okay? You have like these parents or these guardians who tell you that you don't need therapy because you're black. And I just want to answer one side note when it comes to this topic. Usually the same people telling you that you don't need therapy are the same people that need the therapy. And I'm not even trying to throw shade, but majority of the time our parents or our guardians or, you know, family members in general who make it seem like, oh, you don't need therapy because you're black are the same ones who need the therapy. You do. But yeah, so today that's what I'm gonna be talking about. I'm just gonna be telling you guys why you should go to therapy and if you're thinking about it. So yeah, just stay tuned. I just want to point out something else. Usually when it comes to therapy, we already want to try it, and that's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, say I feel like at some point when I was younger and I was really sad, I remember saying I want to talk to a therapist, and like the response I got was, you know, the usual, oh, black people don't need therapists or whatever. And that's kind of crazy because it's like you want to heal yourself, and I feel like that's a last resort for a lot of people. When they say they want to speak to a therapist, that means because they can't fix it themselves and they're really trying to fix themselves. So if you're in that boat and you're wanting to talk to a therapist, just know that it's okay to want to talk to a therapist. If you feel like you've gotten to the point where you can't fix it by yourself, which is completely fine, then just like kudos to you for even admitting that you want to try to talk to a therapist, because a lot of people don't even want to give it a try, and a lot of people just have these like stereotypes toward therapists, and there's really nothing wrong with a therapist. I just really want to use this video to express that to you, especially if you're going back and forth with the idea, or if you know you grew up and it's always, oh, black people don't need therapy, oh, you don't need to tell nobody your business, nobody needs to know your business. Just know, if you want to do it for yourself. If you're at a point where you can't do it because you can't afford it, just do other things. And I want to make a video soon on different ways to like try to work on yourself without a therapist, but I'm gonna make a video like that. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna title it yet, but if you can't afford a therapist, try and check out some online therapists, because I know a lot of online therapists do take insurance. And I want you to make sure you ask, because you should have insurance. I don't know what age you are watching this, but my YouTube usually tells me that I got like 18 to like 30-year-olds watching my channel. So if you are in school or high school or college, try talking to an on-campus or one of the campus therapists or social workers if you do have that option. But I do want to say majority of the time, a lot of therapists do take insurance. So just speak to your insurance or ask your parents, or if you're grown, 21, over 18 actually, or over 21, and you can call your insurance, ask them if they provide that or if you can add that. And if you're looking for a therapist, make sure you ask your therapist or the person that you're inquiring to do therapy with if they take insurance, because my therapist takes insurance, so I don't have to pay out of pocket for anything. It gets covered by every session, and I have like 2 sessions a month. So I just wanted to let you guys know that some therapists do take insurance, so that can help a lot of people, because I know for a long time it probably was just straight cash, or they didn't take their insurance, but a lot of them do. And I know of one, I know if you look up like black therapists, because another thing with their therapists are that you want someone that looks like you, but I know there's become a lot of sites that have a lot of black therapists on it, and usually they take insurance. So I want you guys to do a little bit of research. If you guys want me to make a video on, not a video, but on my Instagram, I can start looking into it more. I know one of them I think is betterhelp.com, because I've seen Tamiwa. I'm gonna put her name here. She's like a YouTuber, and I know that she does therapy with someone from this site, and she used the site, so it's legit. But you can check out this site. I know she put it in her video, so yeah. But other than that, I would just do a lot of research. So I do want to share my experience on what therapy has done to me and like why I needed to sign up for therapy. I have been struggling like mental health issues for years. I did not know what it was for a long time. I just knew I was always sad and like always wanted to be able to tell myself, so I just took it as that. But as I got to high school, it really started like a different type. Like it was kind of like the combination of having to grow up and to also deal with it that made me realize there's something more than just being sad. And then you're just learning yourself. So I remember in high school just being really sad a lot because of a lot of things going on. And it was to the point where I remember one day walking home and telling my parents that I felt like I had a dark cloud over my head. And when I tell you, I still remember the legit feeling. I literally felt like a cloud was literally only over my head. And the irony around this is that it was literally summertime and it was very sunny outside, but I felt like within myself, I felt like I was in this, like when you see on the movies where there's like a cloud over the one person, I felt the literal cloud. So I think around that time is when I said I wanted to talk to a therapist. But you get the response, oh, Black people don't talk to therapists, or even the idea of you don't even know how to reach out to a therapist at this point because no one in your family does that. So that was like 10th, 11th, 12th grade. But I ended up having to speak to my high school counselor. That would help me, but she wasn't like helping me, but it helped a lot to talk to somebody. So fast forward to the recent years, I've realized that I think I need to really talk to somebody. I really think I need guidance, and I really think I need to get these things out and figure out what is hurting me. Because when I got older, I realized childhood trauma plays a big role in how you behave as an adult and how you pretty much behave as an adult. And it has an effect on what you do now when you're an adult. You sometimes can see yourself acting childish in ways that you did when you were younger. I hope I said that correctly, but it's just the idea that childhood trauma does affect adults, and a lot of things, when you start really researching and getting into seeing that a lot of people have not healed their childhood trauma, you'll see it. You'll just start to look at people differently, especially if they're always angry, if they're always like bugging out and stuff like that. It's because they have no control of their feelings and things like that. So I noticed that was happening to me, and I decided I would just constantly be sad. Like it was nothing. Like I would watch the videos, I would do little things here and there to try to make myself feel better, but I realized it was deeper than that, and I just needed to talk about a lot and start the process, because it is going to be a process of healing, and that's currently where I'm at. And I was watching someone's video, her name is Alexis Sparks, and she literally was saying how some people get it easy in life, some people don't. But currently what she kind of said in her video is basically it's kind of like you start at a negative when you decide that you want to fix yourself, because you have a lot of fixing to do, a lot of childhood trauma to heal. So you kind of start at like a negative 50, and once you start healing, you're only going up to where everyone else in the world is at, or not everyone else, or in a way where everyone else is who's already healed, or who didn't go through a lot in their childhood and stuff. So you're going from negative 50 to 0, and I'm like going up to negative 20 right now. And I'm realizing now that I'm healing that, now it's like I have to find myself as an adult without all my childhood trauma. Just I hope that makes sense. But basically, I was looking for a therapist. I ended up talking to a white lady from my doctor's office, because I went to my doctor because I kept having panic attacks and anxiety attacks, and she recommended they were doing like this. I don't know, there was like a therapist there or something. I would talk to this lady, she would help me. She actually did help me a lot at that time, but I just feel like I need it deeper, and I feel like something about seeing or knowing I'm talking to somebody who looks like me would just make me feel a lot better. So I stopped talking to her because that was only like for a couple weeks. It wasn't like, oh, she's my therapist. She was basically just talking to me while I was having really bad panic attacks at the time. So I didn't have a therapist for a while, but then a lot of things continued happening. So I'm like, yeah, I really want to begin healing myself because there's a lot I want to do in life, and I noticed that my way of thinking affects a lot of the things that I'm trying to do, and I want to get out of that way of thinking so I can do what I want to do successfully. So my friend at the time was talking to a therapist, and I just literally asked her, who's your therapist? Can you put your girl on, because I'm losing my mind. And I'm tired. I was tired at the time of going to other people and putting my problems on other people. And I noticed that this was like, you know, a big thing that I needed help with. This was, everyone is going through something. So I was tired of putting my stresses on everybody else. And I feel like I needed someone who's licensed and like in therapy at this point. So I started talking to my current therapist, and she's really, really great. And it even helps that she's, you know, like older. I always refer to her as like an older aunt. Like that really tells you what you need to know. So that is my current situation when it comes to therapy. I'm just talking to her currently, and I see progress every time we talk, and it's like you get a lot off your chest. Even if you feel like you don't have to heal anything, there's still a lot of things that you can talk to a therapist about, basically like what's going on in life. They can just give you guidance that's unbiased, and sometimes you need that because sometimes if you're never talking to anyone, your thoughts are always in your head. So I just wanted to share my experience on therapy, and I hope that resonates with you. I hope that you start looking into therapy. I feel like it is really good for you. I feel like you should try therapy. I feel like first off, you should just give it a chance. A lot of people don't try because they're like, oh, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. How would you know if it's gonna work if you never give it a chance? Like, I feel like you should at least give a therapist one try. And sometimes also you may have to go through a few therapists to find the right one. That's like dating. You're not going to go with the first person you go with unless they're perfect, and if they're not, you're going to leave them and go to somebody else. I don't want people to get discouraged when their first therapist doesn't work out for them. Just give it a try. Just give it a couple sessions and see if you find any difference. I'll tell you right now, your key to know you find the right therapist is if you shed a few tears at your first therapy session, because that's when you know they really got into your head. I remember when I did my first one, I'm like, dang, you about to make me cry already and we just met. Like, or the idea of if they tap into your therapist at your first session should want to try to get to know everything from now to your childhood. So that's also a good sign in a therapist if they're asking about the now and your childhood and stuff like that, so they can start to understand who you are and what type of things you guys need to work on. But I'm here to say, as a black girl, you do need therapy. If you're feeling like, you know, you want to heal yourself or you just want to find somebody to talk to, it is okay. And I'm also here to say it's okay to get a therapist. I know a lot of people grow up hearing that black people don't need therapy, and you don't need a therapist, but I'm here to tell you that if you want it, you can get it. Just go for it and try it. You don't have to put everybody on that you're talking to a therapist. It's honestly nobody's business that you're talking to a therapist, so just keep that in mind. Do it for you. If you feel like it's gonna help you, do it for you. That's all I'm here to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit all over the place, but that's why you guys love me, right? But if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave any questions, comments, or anything if you want to chat in the comments, and let me know any other video ideas or topics that you want me to talk about. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow my social medias.